Right. There we go. Okay, pause that. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Force it to load. Okay, boom. I'm nice and clean. I'm so fresh and so clean. So fresh and so clean. Alright, anyway. Back to the conversation we was having. I don't remember what I last was saying before I got rudely interrupted and cut off. But it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. Going back to this, and indeed was the approach director Peyton Reed, eventual director of Ant-Man and screenwriter of Mark Frost, co-creator of Twin Peaks, were going for with the FF when Reed was going to direct the film back in the early 2000s. At this point, the history of the MCU is way too established to say the Fantastic Four were running around New York City as celebrity superheroes in the 1960s, but the multiverse, yeah, that's the same thing I said. I would need a good explanation for that, but since that's one thing I don't like about multiversal type stories, is that whenever they want to introduce something new, instead of trying to find clever ways to introduce those things, they just say, oh, time travel, everybody's a time traveler, alternate timelines is why everything is happening. And it's like, because at first it's cool, at first it's all fine and dandy, but then it gets to the point to where the explanation for everything is alternate timeline instead of just moving forward with the fucking timeline. We'll see though. They have all the past material and the feelings, the years and years of people documenting their feelings on how they feel about the past timelines and the way it was handled in the past. So maybe they'll be able to take that information and do something different with it, and only use that excuse every once in a while in scenarios where it best makes sense. The history of the MCU, of course, as optimistic and because it's gonna be certain questions that I'm gonna have, like, nigga, when Thanos was on that motherfucking planet and Doctor Strange, no, it isn't Eye of the Vishanti, is it? What the fuck is it called in Marvel? I just remember something where he starts spinning his finger and he says some shit about Vishanti. But when Strange opened up all them fucking Vishanti portals and everybody was walking through, where was you niggas? Where was Reach going, aha, fantastic, and bouncing all over the place, doing that fucking Oda goddamn Luffy One Piece body build, punching the minions all across the face? Where was Sue Storm to heal the Hulk? Where was Sue Storm to throw a shield on Iron Man while he snapped? Like, come on now. It's gonna be a lot of questions we gonna have. So I think this is probably 9 times out of 10 not the best approach, but not the best approach in terms of the best way they could approach this scenario, but the best approach in terms of what makes the most sense, even if I don't really like it. Fantastic Four and other decades influence. While the primary aesthetic of the Fantastic Four first steps is inspired by the 1960s. Oh, I misspoke. It was the 60s. 60s/70s. A couple of elements in the teaser come from later eras in the team's history. Among a small group that includes the likes of Harley Quinn and Firestar, the helpful robot Herbie stands out as a comic book character originally created not for the comics themselves, but for a previous adaptation. Yeah, the cartoon, I think. Yes, because I saw that in a video, in a Marvel Rivals fun fact video. We don't give a fuck about that. Then there's a Fantastic Four costumes in the film. Yeah, because that's one thing I wasn't thinking about while I was watching the trailer. But yeah, it's one of those things I was thinking about it, but I wasn't like verbally thinking about it. Yeah, those costumes are newer designs. Like I haven't seen those. I'm not like a current up-to-date comic book reader, but from the comics I do know and the panels I've seen and like Comic Storian, rest in peace, stuff that I've seen, I don't remember ever seeing those costumes or those costume designs. I've seen stuff similar like the Future Foundation and like the blue and white costumes they have in Marvel Rivals, but I think this movie started production and all that before Marvel Rivals, so I think those were made in isolation from each other, or they were just based off of the same similar thing. That again, could be something from more recent or more modern comic books that I don't read. No Richards. Anyway, I couldn't resist. Some variation of a blue team uniform, though there have been many redesigns over the years. The classic 60s suits were dark, blah, 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 blah. Word salad. The teaser indicates that the fantastic individuals contained within it are already very well known during the film. That's true, because people were walking in and they already had the suits and stuff like that. Rather than this being a straightforward origin story, as we see not just their fame, but also hear Reed say, before we went up for the first time, mentioning the mission to space that gave them their powers, clearly indicating blah, 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 blah. Obviously, the 4 retro universe is going to somehow cross over eventually with the regular sacred timeline of the MC universe, aka in universe 616, but I don't accept that. I'm going with the name with all the 9s. We don't see the Silver Surfer in the teaser, though we know Julia Garner's playing this universe's version. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I wonder why they didn't show that in the trailer. Is that supposed to be something that we're supposed to be surprised about? I mean, if that's the case, surprise rumor, and I already fucking know. However, maybe that's the way that they'll put us on and try and like hint to us like, hey bruh, this didn't happen in the main timeline because it isn't the main timeline. Maybe that's how they'll justify and explain that. Because for those of y'all who don't know, yes, Julia is a female, and the Silver Surfer originally in the comics and whatnot was a dude. So maybe they'll say, since this isn't the sacred timeline or there's a variation universe, it's a variation Silver Surfer. Maybe that's the one thing that's different, or that's one of the major things that's different. Silver Surfer, the Herald of Galactus, is no longer a dude, it's a female in this universe, but everything else about them is the same, like personality, powers, so on and so forth. However, playing this universe version as Shalabal, because there is more than one Silver Surfer in the comics, by the way. There's like 3. It's like 2 or 3. However, we do not get one shot of them. John Malkovich, who's playing a mystery character. You're not going to tell me what the character is. I don't give a fuck. There are a couple of possibilities that leap, though, including the Red Ghost. Ooh. Okay, so the Red Ghost has one of the coolest character designs. No, not this one. Red Ghost. Yeah, Red Ghost Marvel. The Red Ghost is one of those characters that has one, to me. And like, y'all may say that I'm biased, because to be fair, the Marvel comics I grew up reading were like the old 60s and 70s Steve Ditko era shit, right? Back when the comic books was still under $1. That's the era of Marvel comic books I grew up reading, like old stuff. Like, if you don't know who Rom the Space Alien is, you don't know what Marvel comic books I grew up reading. Designs like this, to me, this was secretly one of the drippiest character designs ever. And you can look at the color scheme. Come on now. You already know. Even though this is not put together properly. You already know I'm a bit biased when it comes to a red and blue color scheme. Okay, you already know. And like, he, in my opinion, has one of the drippiest like villain designs in Marvel. It's just like, he's such a lesser known villain that he rarely ever gets talked about. But yeah, I hope if they do add him into the universe, that they put that design in, not the other designs you've seen on that page. That's some of the more modern stuff. But I hope they put that design in. I don't give a fuck about nothing else in relation to the character, but if they do put him in the movie, please put that design in. There are a couple of possibilities that leap to mind, though, including the Red Ghost, a supervillain who has a similar look with long white hair in the comics, albeit with no beard. And then there's Philip Masters, aka blah blah blah, nigga. To be continued, blah blah blah, nigga. The comic book Secret War stuff, blah blah blah. Okay, a bunch of the rest of this is probably just a bunch of fucking yappage. I don't care, but something I do care to talk about is you Dragon Ball. Wait. Because I got some shit to say. I got something to say right here. Now you may be sitting there like, yo, bro, the video just started. Why you on bad timing? Look, what you see on the screen, you may look at it and go, oh, that's a good thing. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero breaks the heavens with new sales milestone. Yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. No, it's not. And let me explain why it's not. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero came out. People was just supposed to have fun, chill on a game, play with their friends, and play a little goofy fun game. You know what people did instead on Dragon Ball Sparking Zero? Let me show you. Let me show you what they literally was doing. They was doing this. They was pressing this, and they was pressing this. They was pressing this, and they was pressing this. Then they just start mashing square, 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 square. Wait. Triangle, square, 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 square. Wait. Triangle, square, 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 square. They was going up and down with fucking Android 19 and Dr. Gero going for an hour straight. For an hour straight, that's what they was doing. With Dr. Gero, either that or they were playing Broly with a character with a fucking unblockable super. Either that or everybody was tripping over their goofy little legs. Got you trapped in a damn Genjutsu Infinite with lore wise the weakest character in the damn franchise. He's just tripping over with his present. You blow up. Instant sparking. Tripping over with his present. You blow up. Instant sparking. Tripping over with his present. You blow up. Instant sparking. Tripping over with his present. You blow up. Instant sparking. Tripping over with his present. Instant sparking. You blow up. Or Yajirobe was over there popping. He was over there popping prescription medication going full health. Sitting in the back, camping you, switching out the characters, beating your ass, switch back to Yajirobe, run around because for some ungodly reason, they thought it would make sense to play the game competitively with no timer. Do you not know about the story of I think it was Subwoofer Man and Bomb Soldier? Do your research, bruh. But Yajirobe stalling, hiding behind buildings, hiding behind rocks, doing that super jump, running around, throwing blade beam. Cartoony ass Popeye ability. Now he got all his bars of health back. How? I say and I bring all those things up today. All the people who are on Dragon Ball Sparking Zero that got tired of seeing SS4 Gogeta infusions and in Great Ape going, I will break you, pretending like that was fucking Melania or Mog or no, it's not difficult, but pretending like it's Melania or something like that. Like they did all that crying and screaming and fanfaring around this damn game just to hop off of it. 90% of the player base dropped off. Okay. 90% of the player base dropped off. You know what happened after that? 90% of the player base dropped off. You know what happened after that? People are still buying the game, but you know what they're not doing? Playing the game. So I want to ask all the people that's buying Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, all the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero fans. This is a copy of Call of Duty, but pretend it says Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Are y'all just buying a game to look at it? Cause like the sales numbers keep going up, but the player numbers keep going down. So are y'all putting in your credit card information and purchasing this game just to sit there and go, oh yeah, I got a copy of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero? Like, did you hop in a whip? Did you hop in a V? Niggas that play Dragon Ball Sparking Zero don't have a whip. What the fuck am I saying? Unless they are homeless sexual and they fucking throwing a chick that's a mother of 15, not year old, a mother of 15 different individual children that just need some dick to hold her down from time to time. Unless they driving her car, they ain't got no car. So you hop on on a Metro Transit Authority bus or something like that. You ride the bus. You get out. You go to your local mall center or whatever, and you walk into Best Buy, and you go past Best Buy. You look at GameStop, because people who play Dragon Ball Sparking Zero tend to be fucking idiots. So they're gonna walk by stores that have better selections just to go to shitty ass GameStop. You walk into GameStop. You go, oh yeah. What am I here to do? I'm here to buy another copy of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Yeah. I'm glad to own this. And then you just throw it to the side. You never play it. You don't do nothing with it. I don't even want to read this article. I just wanted to get my jokes off about how the sales numbers keep going up, but the player numbers keep going down. How? How you selling more copies of the game, but less people are playing? It's not adding up. It's not making sense. It's breaking my brain, bro. It's breaking my brain. More and more people are buying the game, but less and less people are playing the game. Don't know how the fuck that works, but okay. But not to end my little rant. I wanted to read/see about this. There's no way this motherfucker actually dug with the shovel. Cause I seen the headline, but I didn't know what it was about. But I want to read it. I want to read it on stream and find out. Players have discovered the shovel as a POI item dotted around the map, and they have found they're able to actually dig into the ground with it to create makeshift cover. That's not cover. That's a grave. You're digging your own grave. Redditor blah 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 has alerted the community. Arrowhead failed to make any mention in today's update. They didn't fail to mention it. They said, "Hey, you want to play Helldivers? Go ahead, dig your own grave, bitch." They said, "Look, we're tired of just letting all you soldiers die on the surface of the planet, and just your body sitting there, your carcass getting disrespected and eaten up by all types of random ass animals. So this is what we gonna do. We gonna give you a shovel, let you dig a ditch to hide in, so that the animals can come pound you to death inside the ditch, and that way we ain't gotta bury your body. You already did have to work yourself. All we gotta do is move our leg a couple times to kick some dirt on top of you and call it a day. Now you'll decompose, go back to the earth, and maybe you'll grow some flowers or something like that. Because if your bitch ass is out there dying on the field, obviously you're not an asset to Super Earth as anything other than fertilizer, bitch ass nigga. Why you should have joined the Emperor, pussy. Why you should have came over to the Emperor's army, the one and only Emperor. If I catch any of you niggas in the comments commit heresy, up nigga, it's up. Something else that's up is not Ubisoft stock. And you know what's the thing about failing companies that always blows my mind? Some people only act good when they're in threat of having something bad happen. What do I mean by that? Because this one I want to put out there as more so as like a general lesson instead of like just me dogging on Ubisoft. This is a genuine gem that I thought of when I saw this title that I wanted to bestow upon y'all. Think about it. When Ubisoft released Watch Dogs how many years ago? Like 11? Let me see. Watch Dogs. Release date. So when did it come out? 2014. Yeah, so 11. So Watch Dogs 1 came out 11 years ago. And in 2025, they got a surprise Steam update adding achievements. I know this because I seen it in the headline. Watch Dogs just added achievements to a game that came out in 2014 on Steam. Whenever somebody's down, that's when you'll see their true best performance, because they start doing things out of desperation, out of need for survival. They left this game unupdated for 11 years, and suddenly they just, out the kindness, out the goodness of their heart, had a little bit of extra time to do something on the side. So they decided, let's do this on the side because we got a little bit of extra time. No, nigga. You know what's happening? They are broke. They are broke. They are poor. Every time they touch their pocket starts biting at their hand because it's been empty for so long. It's hungry and it wants something to be in it. Their pocket's hurting. Every time they take a step, it sounds like somebody playing with rocks in a bag. Just grah, 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 grah. Sound like somebody straight grinding up gravel. Their pockets is hungry. Them shits required. No. Them shits need substance right now. Need it. And they don't have it. And now that Ubisoft is on the brink of death, they're one step away from death's doorway. They're doing anything they can. Anything they can to get in the good graces of gamers. And like I said, I'm not going to read into this article because the article isn't the point. Really, the point is when and why they're doing it. They're fighting to get back in the good graces of gamers because Ubisoft is on the verge of collapsing. If they do, might be raps for them. That being said, move on to the next thing. Oh. What was that? Okay, cool. All right. What I wanted to talk about was something called multiverse. Now, why do I want to talk about multiverse? Because I seen a retweet. I didn't watch the trailer. I seen a retweet to one of the following trailers that we're about to watch. And allegedly, it's everything we've been asking for, everything we've wanted. And they wait till the damn game is about to die to give us what we want. And I know it's not this one because this was the last one I added. No, that's the Aquaman trailer, so it's got to be this one. Yup, it's this one. So, apparently, and I'm gonna need to sit down for this. Apparently, Multiverses and WB did what they always do when it pertains to the games. They wait until the game is about to die to give us the feature that would have helped keep their game from dying in the first fucking place, or an improvement that should have just been so basic and common sense that when we first asked for it, we should have got it. We shouldn't have had to ask for it. It should have just been there. Number one. Number two, another thing I want to say is it's sad to see this as like a platform fighter fan because like I might glance over the patch notes. It's sad to see this as a platform fighter fan because you really gotta realize and think about it. This is the last. Let me repeat myself. This is the last. Let me repeat myself one more time. This is the last update for this game, period, in history and existence. Meaning whatever the balance of this game is right now, after this update, when it goes online and for the rest of history, that's it. I don't care about like unofficial stuff like CE's community editions for those of y'all who aren't FGC, fighting game community. But sometimes whatever a game dies off or it doesn't get official support from its developer, the community will make what's called a CE, a community edition, which is a mod that'll add a little bit of extra content or like add some balance changes, balance updates and whatnot to make the game more in line with what the community wants. So it's crazy that after this, the way that the characters are is the way that they will be for the rest of time and eternity. Now, let's watch. Let's see how they updated it. And did they really? Did the people I see saying they finally gave us what we wanted when the game died? Were they right?
Let's get this started. I'm gonna show you how we do it.
Oh, what the fuck? This does look faster.
Let me show you how we do it.
Hey, yo. Playback speed. What? Nah, this looks double speed.
Let's get this started.
Oh, they were not lying. Superman could not do all that before. Even if you are a top player. Oh yeah, this game is gonna be absolutely fucking crack. I see why people were mad. They waited till the game fucking died to boost game speed. You niggas is stupid.
It's not who we are underneath. It's what we do that defines us.
I couldn't turn that knob like 3 months ago.
What now? Are you trying to test me, man? Bet you can't catch me.
Thought for a second this was...
The amount of times I've seen people comment on multiverses related videos or like video reactions to multiverses, watch this video on 1.5 and or 1.25 or whatever, and it looks 10 times better. It's fucking crazy. So now that they're actually making it like that, that's just blowing my brain, bro. That's just like I really got lightheaded watching that. And lightheaded as in like I'm angry that they waited all this damn time to do this. Like they already done added in shields and changed the way that the game operates in terms of gameplay and neutral and stuff like that. But then they turn around and speed up the game speed. This is why WB games keep dying, bro. Stop making live service games. Not everybody's built for that.
all a dream.
Seems we're not so different. Taking aim.
And Aquaman, a character nobody asked for. Okay, Aquaman looks cool. Too bad I ain't never gonna be able to play him. Oh wow, they got different variations of Aquaman that I'll never be able to play with. His moveset functionally looks pretty cool though. Okay, let's see how Lola plays.
To be honest, I've tried a lot of looks and I got...
Ooh, that costume look fire! I like that costume. This is probably one all the gooners and the hornballs gonna use. I like that damn drill kick. It's gonna be fun to be annoying as hell with that. Loser. Y'all wait till people can't play the game that gives them the game they wanted to play in the first place.
Let's get this started. Let me show you how...
I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of people saying this is potentially one of the biggest fumbles in all of gaming, fighting game history, let alone just gaming history in general. And I'm not gonna lie, at first I thought some of them niggas was exaggerating, but they might be onto something. Lola Bunny comes in, blah blah blah, riffs, don't give a fuck. Wacky weekends, don't care, custom reads. Check in on 10 separate days to claim Fighter Road, XP and more, blah blah blah, nigga, I don't care. Ranked, will feature 2, ain't blah blah blah, new maps, I don't care. Dexter's Lab, I don't care. Local play, ring outs can now be selected in local play. You couldn't before. So I could pay for a ring out and only use it online. General combat, shields. Shields visuals and animations have been updated for all fighter. Minimum shield duration increased from 5 frames to 2 frames. The fuck? What? There's a minimum shield duration. Oh, 2 5 frames. That's why it feels weird. I'm used to Smash where once you input the damn thing, the game automatically tells that you're shielding, and shielding in Smash is frame 1. In this game, I was playing it, and y'all can even see in the other video, I was like, what the fuck? Why is my shield not working? Is it like a frame buffer till the shield comes up? Apparently, I was right. It was a 2 frame buffer. Shield drop, yeah, I felt that too, that there was a shield drop mechanic, because when you use a DualSense or Xbox Series X/S controller, they both have analog triggers. And for those of you who don't understand analog triggers, long story short, however much you press the button, the game reads that. So if you press it, if you press the trigger like this, it'll give you a different input from if you press the trigger all the way. And sometimes like the game will give you, depending on the game or whatever, it'll give you resistance or whatnot. But yeah, there is shield dropping in this game, which I felt but I wasn't really sure of. Shield projectile damage, blah blah. Many debuffs on hit effects no longer apply to shielding enemies. Thank God I didn't know that it applied to shielding enemies, because there's already so many reasons for me to get off that damn game. Don't care. Buff, nerf, change, bug fix. I don't care about all this, but yeah, all of these changes and buffs, that's gonna be how the characters for the rest of a turn. Hey. But that's the way that it's gonna be for the rest of time and eternity. Cause like I used to care about reading patch notes, but I just don't anymore. Is there anything else under it that I care about? No. That being said, let's watch the other two trailers. But before we watch some trailers, I'm gonna need you to watch me look around my room, find my water, and drink some. Anyway, let's watch this trailer about Morty. I think this has something to do with Morty's new moveset or something like that. I guess I remade the character. I don't know what's going on. This is just another trailer I seen on their page. Oh, is this just a fanimation basically?
I'm feeling a lot of Wonder Woman.
Yeah, this is just some machinima shit. I don't. So this I think is supposed to be the trailer for Aquaman. Like his character moveset and all that, and what his moves do. Let's watch it. His move list, bet. Another character I ain't gonna be able to play. His dash attack. Okay, dash attack actually looks kind of cool. It would be cooler if it wasn't on Aquaman. His F smash. Oh, his F smash can it grab out of shield? Because I don't know if there's a difference between hit grabs and true grabs in this game. Sweet. Okay, boom. Sweet. Call it a dolphin. That stage looks fucking ugly. Okay, he moves over as he does it. God damn, that's big. How much of that is an active hitbox? That's what I need to know. Okay, so generic Ferial. That also grabs. All right, bro. So a big thing with his character is that he's gonna be able to grab you with the trident at all times, essentially. Again, I don't know if it's gonna be hit grabs or true grabs, but we'll see. Probably hit grabs for the aerials. No float zone. No float zone. They know better. They know better. Okay, so fish summoning ground special. Oh. Wait, what? Wait, so basically every time he does down special, it summons something random. That could be a cool mechanic. I'd have to see it in practice with all the things that he can summon on. What do they do? Unique fish summon using ground special, blah blah blah. Oh wait, he can ride one of them for the down special? How is that a passive? Summon a hazardous pufferfish pal that. Oh no, that's a specific ability. Oh no, they're telling you all the different animals he can summon, right? Yeah, ride the sea. Summon the seahorse to lunge forward and strike. Special ground. Oh no. This is the side for special ground. Forward and strike downwards, hitting enemies. Turn them to team. Turn Storm into a team vehicle so teammates can get on there and you get armor on it. Okay, what kind of armor is it? Super or heavy? Oh, teammates can just straight up get on and ride, and then okay, that makes sense. Topo the octopus smacks enemies towards Aquaman. Oh, that's gonna be real good for anti-zoners, and it's gonna be even more amazing for anti-rushdown. This nigga better not be the best in the game, just like in Injustice 2. Well, one of the best in the game, just like in Injustice 2. Okay, special ground down. A special air neutral, summon protective flame, Aquaman, blah blah blah. Damn, that hitbox is big. Lunge forward on flying chariot, knocking it away. Okay, that actually. I was about to say it looks cool, but it doesn't look like it goes far. Summon flying. Okay, up aerial. Swings the trident, bro. We get it. Hails enemy. Gonna try to run them. Blah blah. Oh, and you could turn around with it? Can you just... Is turning around with it an option, or is that just the option they chose? That's what I'm really more curious about. But yeah, there goes your multiverses news. The game is apparently not dead and has zero chance of having a comeback, but 100% a great chance of being a decent, like, dead game, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, now the other day, I'm gonna eat my words on this one. I'm gonna eat my L. Well, actually, technically, I don't have to eat any L until an actual game drops, but I might have to eat my L. Let's put it like that. Let's put it like that. Let's put it like that. Let me put myself on a list. Damn, what song do I want to use for this? My bad, dog. My bad. Don't chase me down with pitchforks and throw me into the ether. That statement the other day, why I said Bloodborne fans seeing the seeing that the 60 FPS Bloodborne mine got taken down, saying that we might get a Bloodborne remake or a patch. We're huffing on copium. Maybe I was bugging, because after taking down that patch, there's a PSX Deluxe demake or remake, whatever, fan project that has been shut down due to a copyright claim, and the creator of the 60F mod has offered his copium official remake theory that they're either remaking or about to patch the game, more likely remaking because that would be more profitable, so that they could re-put it out and make money off of it. And if that's the case, it would make sense that if they're about to make essentially what a lot of people have been crying for years, a 60 FPS version of Bloodborne, that they would want to take down all the hacked copies and stuff like that. Well-known mod creator, blah blah blah, asking, okay, that's just talking about how they asked him to remove his 60 FPS mod. Now Lilith Walter, creator of Nightmare Cart, which was previously known as Bloodborne Cart, and the eye-catching Bloodborne PSX. Oh, demake. Oh, what the fuck? Whoa. So in my brain, I thought that fans were remaking the game for a like PC port or extracting assets and stuff like that and making their own PC port. They took down a demake? I didn't know that. We gonna read on, but why the fuck would they take down a demake? Let's look through this and see what it's looking like though. What the demake was like. I've never really been into Bloodborne, so I've seen minimal gameplay, so I'm just going off of first impressions basically.
Well, you've come to the right place.
I don't feel like the audio has enough crunch besides a sound.
You need only unravel its mystery. But where's it?
Not gonna lie, this actually looks pretty good. Let's go to some other random port. Yo, this actually looks really fucking clean. Like, deadass, if you showed me this gameplay and told me that it was a Bloodborne demake, I wouldn't believe you. I would think this is just Bloodborne on a PS4 without 60 FPS like it always has been. But if you then turned around and after I told you I didn't believe you, you played the game in window mode to show me the outside and show me that no, it legit is a demake, I would be like, oh, I don't know how they demade the game and it still looks like the modern day version. Both of them are under 30 FPS. I mean, this one might be 60, but they might be just showing me a 30 FPS version in like this video player. But still, point is that actually looks pretty freaking good. He followed up to his tweet that MarkScan are a company hired by Sony Interactive Entertainment and the same company that DMCA'd my page about the Bloodborne 60 FPS patch, and now they've DMCA'd an old friend about the Bloodborne PSX demake project. That's pretty wild. What the hell are they doing? Yeah, you know what the hell they're doing. Either they're protecting their copyright, which is, you know, something that copyright holders are not only legally obligated to, something they should do, but not only are they protecting their copyright, number one. Number two, this also could be them trying to eliminate competition, because if they were to release a Bloodborne remake or a huge patch, a lot of people will go play Bloodborne, and there'd be some few people that say, I'm not doing that when I could just play this for free. So they're trying to make sure they get those people money too, or at least get those people on the game. Bloodborne is of course one of the biggest conundrums in a video game. Yeah, we know. Recently fans managed to get PS4 emulators to deliver something akin to a remaster on PC. Yeah, I've seen that recently. Basically, like they said, they got an emulator to be able to play it, because before, and you can even go search up some ordinary gamers videos. He goes more in depth in the technical stuff if you care about that. But basically, before last year, like late last year, it was like, what's the word I'm looking for? Technologically, that's their interim interim word I'm gonna use for the one that I can't think of as like a slight replacement. But basically, it was technologically impossible to play Bloodborne in 60 FPS or Bloodborne period without a PS4, because it was so difficult to emulate, being that PS4 technology for emulation. In terms of emulating a console, the PS4 is relatively new. It's something that just came out yesterday, versus, like, mind you, a PS2 that came out what? PS2 came out 2000. PS2 came out what, 2001? So that's 2001 to 11 to 21. 20, and in 4 years, 24 years ago. PS1 is about the same age as me, so it came out 20 plus years ago, versus some technology that's just barely 10 years old. It's like what, 10, 11, 2013 to 2023, 4, that's 1 year, and then 5, this will be make it 12 years. In terms of emulation technology, because I don't want to hear you PS4 niggas try and say, so the PS4 is good technology. Why are they bringing games to the PS4? Nigga, for console gaming technology, you're basically playing shit on stone wall. Like whenever PS4 players, yo, whenever niggas on PS4 play a game, you know how like every other piece of technology renders everything frame by frame, right? When PS4 people play a game, they're playing on hardware so old, the only way they could play their games is if they physically get up and they take like a dry erase marker and they draw out every frame on their screen. Like every time somebody dribbles the ball in 2K, they have to draw the hand doing like this to dribble the ball. Every time they dribble the ball, they just gotta and draw the damn frames out frame by frame, playing on that old ass shit. Fucking PS5 running at old school camera frame rate. Shit showing you 1 frame per second. You gotta draw the rest of the frames by hand. Fucking sitting up there, hurting your hand, just going erasing it, trying to get the rest of the frames. That's why none of y'all could shoot greens into my part online in 2K, because you're busy redrawing the next frame, and you drew on the screen that you greened and hit the damn bucket. But in the game, that's not the input it registered, because you weren't touching your controller, because you were too busy leaning forward, erasing your screen off to draw the ball going in the sky. But in terms of emulation technology, back to my original point, relatively new. A breakthrough in PS4 emulation via Shad PS4, which means Bloodborne is now fully playable from start to finish in 60 frames per second on PC. Could this breakthrough have triggered an aggressive response from Sony? Igen has asked Sony for comment, but it has yet to respond. Yeah, because the way they're going to respond is with actions, by dropping either a patch or a port for Bloodborne PS5. Because even if I heard you have a PS5 and you try and play Bloodborne, excuse me, I heard that even if you try and play Bloodborne on a PS5, or if you buy it digitally and buy the PS5 version, you still have to play the PS4 version of the game. It just allows you to play the PS4 version of the game on the PS5, which is fucking crazy to me. But anyway, my copium theory that Sony DMCA'd the patch and the video about the Bloodborne remake is so that when they announce the 60 FPS remake, Google searching for Bloodborne 60 FPS and Bloodborne remake won't have collisions with our fan projects, bro said. Let me cope. Then, like if they plan on trademarking Bloodborne 60F and Bloodborne remake, they need to actually clean up in order to file a trademark request, right? Okay, so let me do this. Actually, no, it's not that level of serious. It's not that level of serious. I want y'all to listen to me closely and carefully. I am not a lawyer. I've never been to law school. I never took the test for bar. I've never graduated from being a lawyer, all right? So everything I'm about to say is just my speculation from my relatively minimal understanding of the law. Okay, cool? Don't take this as law advice. I'm just saying that for any legal purposes or whatever, all right? Cool. That's just a general blanket statement. I'm not a lawyer or none of that. The way, from what I know about trademarking stuff, trademarking like a name or anything like that, that is, if that was the name of a specific product, right? Let's say they wanted to trademark Bloodborne 60 FPS because that's one of the games they will make that they're gonna name, right? Like, let's say instead of calling it Bloodborne remake or Bloodborne, just calling it Bloodborne and just dropping a patch, they specifically call like a remake or whatever Bloodborne 60 FPS because of like the community and whatnot. They wouldn't have to clean up anything in terms of like getting other people's names and stuff like that off the internet, because it's their product. So if somebody else tried to trademark it, you would have to fight the copyright that Sony holds, which you're probably not going to be able to do, but you would have to fight the copyright that Sony holds to the Bloodborne name. So no, you wouldn't have to clean that up. Like, I could see it as them trying to go, let's not take the chance, sure, but in terms of would you have to, I don't think you would have to, because you already own the copyright to Bloodborne before the Bloodborne 60 FPS stuff ever even was thought up. But I guess it's better safe than sorry on their end. Despite these latest aggressive actions by Sony, the company has so far offered no indication and that it plans blah 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 blah. Yoshida delivered his Bloodborne no-show theory in an interview with Kinda Funny Games, saying that Bloodborne has always been the most asked thing, and people wonder why we haven't really done anything, even an update or a remaster. Should be easy, right? The company is known for doing so many remasters, right? Some people get frustrated. Y'all don't even have to do a remaster. Y'all just have to flick a fucking switch and let the 60 FPS slider go. Like, I'm not saying you gotta unlock the damn frame rate, but just move the cap from 30 to 60, my nigga. It has been like what? Fucking damn near 10 years? 10 years sometime this year since the game came out? Game. Let niggas play the game in 60 FPS. But like I said, they're just never gonna do it. Like Nintendo with a Mother 3 re-release translation, any of that shit is just never gonna happen, dog. Never gonna happen. The rest of this looks like a bunch of yap, just like me. So we're gonna skip it, but Blood Foreign fans, y'all funny. Y'all funny. Y'all be accepting anything. I'm glad I'm not a fan of those things. But talking about big companies and or corporations, and how they support older technology and upgrading some of that older stuff, we got some news from Nintendo. Now, we know when it comes to Sony and all these developers making games for Sony platforms, that their answer to is it coming to PS4 is fuck no. But Nintendo is saying their answer to when it comes to Nintendo Switch 1 will be, y'all niggas buying it. I guess it could come to Switch 1. I guess we could have a couple Mortal Kombat 1 on Switches. I guess we could have some more games like The Witcher 3, a game from like 2013, which came out about 4 years before the console even dropped, with no anti-aliasing and looking like shit. I guess we might support the Switch 1. I don't know in particular. Nigga, you boot up a Switch 2 game on your Switch 1, that shit gonna heat up so much it's gonna fry you in your house like a fish. You try and boot up a Switch 2 game on your Switch 1, your Switch gonna turn into a pile of swag. You try and boot up a Switch 2 game on your Switch 1, your Switch's soul is gonna leave his body and it's gonna put his hand around your throat saying, put me to rest or I'm gonna put you to rest. And it's gonna be a him and me situation. And you gonna have to torture your Nintendo Switch and go get a Nintendo Switch 2 and buy a whole new game cartridge. Because your ass wanted to stick a Nintendo Switch 2 game in a Nintendo Switch 1 because the cartridges are the same, so obviously it's gonna work. Well, it didn't. You know what needs to work? You. Seek employment, bitch. Niggas still on Nintendo Switch 1 in 2025. Not it. This is not like 2020 where we had the shortages and all that and people literally couldn't get a console. You're gonna be able to get a Switch 2 either day one or year one. I don't want to hear the excuses. Well, I mean, there is this shit with the tariffs, but I'm not trying to give them niggas excuses. Fuck them. As a part of their latest earnings call on Tuesday, today, nigga, Nintendo gave an update on the Switch business as a whole. The company announced, because I seen something as well. Like, there was a lot of headlines talking about how Nintendo Switch 1 sales dropped down like 30% or some dumb shit like that. But I was like, that seems like some nerdy financial officer type shit. I don't give a fuck. Nintendo gave an update on Switch business as a whole. The company announced that the console, blah, 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 don't care. As far as to why the drop, Nintendo president Fukuwara doesn't believe the announcement of the Switch 2 has led to a slower sales rate of the original console. Yeah, I think the reason why the console has a slower sales rate, just a guess. Just a guess. But the Switch came out in what, 2017? So from 2017 to 2020, that's 3 years, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8-year-old console. The Nintendo Switch 2 sold 100 million units, and it is an 8-year-old console. My guess is that majority of the people that want a Switch already have it. They already have it. So not too many people are sitting there saying, I need to get a new Nintendo Switch. And even with the heavily discounted prices and the discounted Nintendo Switch Lite, I'm pretty sure people got enough Switches for them and the kids, and people got enough Switches to knock down all their oppositions and blah 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 blah. So I really think this is just a natural dip in demand, and the Switch 2 is coming out at the right time and is not like directly correlated. But we think that it is, see the next sentence, and we think that it is solid for the 8th year, but we have not been able to reach the plan, he said, according to, what the fuck is that? Is this the website? Okay, this is the website from the Japanese news outlet. Well, I'm assuming that's Japanese. I can't read none of that shit. Going back to support for the original Switch, it's not out of the norm for Nintendo to support a console for at least a few years after its predecessor made it to market. The Nintendo Wii was released in 2006, but Nintendo kept service online until May 24. It was after that, way the fuck after that, because it was way after 2014. I remember I was a big kid when it went off. Number one, number two, like the last Just Dance came out for the Wii in like 2020. Let me see, search. Oh wait, actually that's better as a perplexity question. Perplexity loaded up. Alright. What was the last just I think it was 2020. Yep, as you can see right there, Just Dance 2020 was the last Just Dance game released on the Wii console. So I don't know where the fuck they get this 2014 thing from. That's not true. It was way after that, nigga. They was still releasing games for that shit like you seen in 2020. Back to here. Please tell me when. And I remember like the YouTube app for Wii went offline in like 2018 or something like that. Around 20. Oh no, offline. No, went offline on the Wii. When was it? Look, 2017. So look, I don't know where they get this 2014 shit from. It was not no damn 2014. It was going on way after that, okay? That's a crazy thing to think about. Support for the Nintendo Wii basically ended in like 2020. So if you was using a Wii up until the pandemic, it was still supported mostly. And like even the online on the Wii, you can still mostly use it. It's mostly functional. Now you have to use some workarounds, but once you get past those workarounds, there's a surprising amount of stuff you can still load. Now a lot of it's not going to work very well because that console was designed to use stuff in Flash, and the internet doesn't run on Flash anymore. It runs on HTML, and it could barely deal with Flash, let alone HTML, but still. For the Wii U and Nintendo 3DS, online services lasted until April 2024. Yeah, they shut those off. They shut the servers off of that last year. Console came out in 2013. That's like what, 11 years? Whether it oh wait, no, the 3DS came out before the Wii U, I think. So that's more than 3 years. But those online services were linked together, so yeah. Online services lasted Whether continue online services means games will still be releasing for the original Switch 2, 3, or more years after the Switch 2's launch remain to be seen. I think the Switch 2 online, I think for the rest of Switch Eternity, support for the Switch 2 is gonna be linked to like alright. Tinfoil. 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 Tinfoil hat theory time. I don't think Switch 1 online is gonna cut off, because the way I think they're gonna do it is they're gonna streamline the online service and make it so that the online service that you were using on the Switch 1 seamlessly transfers over to the online service for the Switch 2, so that it's basically the same online, number one. And number two, since it's going to be basically the same online, you're going to be able to pay for your subscription on one and be able to access everything on both. So like, if I want to play Super Smash Bros. Ultimate on the Switch 1, if my Switch 2 membership is activated and it's the same account, then it'll just work. They haven't confirmed that. They haven't officially said that. But I'm putting my little tinfoil hat on, and that's what we rocking with. Just like how some of gaming's largest lobbying group are not rocking with how Trump's terrorists, quote, would negatively impact hundreds of millions of Americans and do serious damage to multiple industries in America, but also the video game industry, which is what we talk about here. Now, as I've said in the past, I don't like getting too much into politics unless it directly affects or directly is related. Directly affects or is directly related to games and gaming. And I thought, because this affects the price of games, which always remember what I said. Corporations will use any excuse that they can find to up the price on anything for any reason. Nigga, you could go and now they want to charge you $10 more for your shampoo just because you rubbed your head randomly. Wasn't even no reason why you rubbed your head. They just said, up, $5 increase. Now you go from paying $10 for your shampoo to $15. But why? $20, because you asked. Because I asked, you raised it to $20? No, actually, because you asked twice, we raised it to $25. Corporations will use any excuse to boost up prices. Remember how much prices shot up everywhere for everything after niggas heard inflation throughout the pandemic? Niggas went from charging $1 for bread to $2. Oh, inflation, inflation, inflation. $1 to $2? You know how bad inflation will have to be to go from charging $1 for bread to $2 for bread? No, nigga, that's not inflation. That's you upping the prices because you heard all you gotta do to explain why you raising the prices. Just throw your hands in the air and say inflation, inflation, inflation. Prices ain't go up that much, nigga. You just want to throw the price up. Anyway, quote, video games are one of the most popular and beloved forms of entertainment, but not one of. It is. Currently, it is. Because, like, we're at the point to where we're starting to have gamers of, like, older generation. Because, like, that's one thing I didn't really realize till, like, yesterday. I was sitting there really thinking about it. In, like, the early 2000s and whatnot, if you played video games, you were probably, like, under the age of 30-ish or so, right? People who played video games who are over the age of 30 were kind of rare when I were younger. Even though more people was getting up there and playing games, it was kind of more rare. But now that I think about it, it's like a no-brainer for somebody right now to be over 30, over 40, over 50, still playing video games and not being like some weird immature basement dwellers. People with actual legitimate normal tendencies who go outside and have normal lives are really playing video games right now. And that's something that really made me cross my arms and say, that's a crazy thing to think about. So a lot of people over 50 playing video games that really have a real life and aren't basement dwellers. That's how popular gaming is. That's exactly how popular gaming is. Gaming has gotten to that point to where it's mainstream beyond, it's just mainstream with it's mainstream with everybody across all age groups. But back to what the ESA said, tariffs on video game devices and related products such as 4090s, 5090s, whatever the fuck the latest one is, because scalpers and crypto miner niggas is gonna buy that. Video game devices and related products. That means it's gonna be also when you go to your Street Fighter tournament and you rage and you go boof, and you spike your controller on the ground and break it into a million pieces, yeah, that's gonna cost more. Tariffs is gonna make that go from the price of the game. Oh no, actually it's still gonna match the price of a game, because guess what? The price of games are gonna go up. Because again, what did I say just a second ago? That's right. Corporations will use any excuse that they possibly can to up the price without upping the quality of service. And that's why I don't like paying for the MTA. Anyway, back to what we were saying. Video game devices and related products would negatively impact hundreds of millions of Americans and will harm the industry's significant contributions to the U.S. economy. Yeah, that's a fact. Because, okay, let me break it down like this. If it's harder for people to get a PS5 or a PS6, let's say. If it's hard, well, PS5, because that's the current one. If it's harder for people to get a PS5, right? You know what's going to happen? Less people are going to be able to play games. Less people are going to be able to hop on stuff like Fortnite. If I don't have a PS5 and I want to get one, but these tariffs are making it more and more expensive, it's going to be harder for me to justify buying games. Because what the fuck am I going to play them on if I don't have a PS5? If I don't have a console, if I just have a PS4, and I just now finally robbed somebody for pennies at the damn, you know, the machine where people be putting the bottles in and they go in the store with the little receipt and they be giving you change in your hand disrespectfully? Yeah. So you finally robbed enough of them niggas that was like homeless or whatnot due to their circumstances. You know, they probably not even really just a broke nigga or like mentally disabled to where they can't keep their own housing. They probably just went to the military or some simple shit like that. And they on the side of the road collecting bottles and cans, working hard all day, digging in trash cans, running back and forth throughout multiple different neighborhoods, multiple different parts of the neighborhoods, trying to learn what's the best spot to find bottles and cans, just for you to come over there and stick them up and rob them for them $10 worth of pennies, just so you can save it up and go buy you a PS5. So now that you done that, not saying I encourage you to do that, but now that you already did that, bygones, past is a past, and you're finally ready to buy a PS5, now you realize price them went up. Now it don't cost $500 to get a PS5. Well, really it was like $600 plus tax. But now it don't cost $500 to get a PS5. Now it costs $600. Now you need to go outside and go rob some more people for their pennies for another year so that you'll be able to afford it. But who says he doesn't push the tariffs up more in that time? Now it goes from $500, $600 with tax, to $600, $700 with tax, to $700, $800 with tax. Now you gotta keep robbing. Now you gotta double the amount of people you robbing for their pennies that was disrespectfully put in after leaving the military and fighting for the country and whatnot. Anyway, we look forward to working with administration and Congress to find ways to sustain the economic growth supported by our sector. Video games themselves are largely distributed digitally these days. Don't try that. Because again, what did I say? If the price of physical games go up, the price of digital games go up. Because what is the overarching theme of what I've been saying? Say it with me. Say it with me. Corporations will use any reason to up the price. Video, especially on PC, and so are mostly exempt from the tariffs. But started a sentence over the fucking conjunction. But video game hardware, the PCs, consoles, and peripherals we use to actually play those games is not. What did I say 5 minutes ago? It's gonna, if the games cost more and the controller costs as much as a game, price of the controller going up. You mess up and keep in mind, stuff like HDMI wires, stuff like chargers for your PS5, that cord that you plug into the wall and you plug into the back of the PS5 to give it power, that not made in America. So guess what? If you mess that up and you want to go to the dollar store and buy another one, you're gonna realize real quick why they They don't call it the dollar store anymore. So yeah, all them peripherals, they're gonna go up in price. You wanna have a second controller so that you and your bros that you ignore your shorty for can go back to playing 2K and sucking ass at it and swearing to God you're the greatest at it. If you want to play with your friends and play Sparking Zero and go for 30 minutes with no timer, it's going to be more expensive to get a second controller in order to be able to do that, on top of buying Sparking Zero and all the quintillion fucking characters they add as DLC that are going to be on just as unbalanced. The impact on prices could be significant, excuse me. He said last week that if US President Donald Trump follows through on his threat to place tariffs possibly as high as 100% on chips coming from Taiwan, an RTX 5090 for 2K will seem cheap in the aftermath. Oh Lord, and it's already impossible to buy a damn 5090 because of scalpers and bots and all that. But on top of it being impossible to buy for scalpers and because of scalpers and bots, it's even harder to buy because people who do all this crypto mining shit, they write it off as a business expense, so they don't mind paying the escalated prices. So with them willing to pay the escalated prices and the scalpers scalping, if it's gonna cost 2K to get it off the rip, that means when you have to either pay the scalpers or wait for it to come back and stop to de-necessitate having to even consider buying it from a scalper, it's gonna be even more expensive. Oh. And then you're gonna have to wait even longer for it to go on discount to get to an affordable price. And you're gonna have to play on a shitter PC for a very long time, yeah. If you got the money to upgrade your PC, go ahead and do it now. If you don't got the money to upgrade your PC, go ahead and do your best to get that. Hey, some of you niggas might have to take out a loan to upgrade your PC, dog. An RTX 5090 for 2K will seem cheap in the aftermath. Even a lower rate like the 25% planned tariff on products originating from Canada and Mexico will result in a serious bump, Trump said when he announced the proposed tariffs on incoming chips that manufacturers like Nvidia and AMD are not going to want to pay 25, 50, or even 100% tax on imported goods, but the reality is they won't. They'll just attach the increased cost to the product price and then let consumers eat it. What has been the overarching statement throughout this article? I'm pretty sure you can say it by yourself, but say it with me. Corporations will use any reason to up the price. Meaning, like they said, if niggas say, hey, we gonna tax you for that and you gotta raise the price, we gonna tax you for that and you gonna have to charge them this much, they just gonna throw their hands and say them niggas gonna buy it anyway. Started the sentence off with a conjunction when you could have just said there is a lot of money on the table. The ESA said in January that the total video game sales hit 50 billion in 2024. Most of that was video game content. In case you're not breaking it down, in case the meat in your melon is not processing, he said most of the money from video games don't even come from the actual game. It comes from DLC. You know what's considered DLC in case you're still not keeping up? Microtransaction. So all them virtual coins you've been buying, all them virtual bucks you've been buying, all those Roblox bucks you've been buying, those make the gaming industry more money than you just straight up purchasing a game. Hardware and console sales accounted for 4 billion. Okay? Down from 6.5 billion. Let's do the math on that real quick. 58.7 billion. Copy. What? Where's the percentage? I don't use that shit off. Is. Oh my gosh. What is no. No, increase. What the fuck? Is what? Oh yeah. Dang, 4.9 billion is what percentage of 57 billion? All right, let's see. Oh wait, what the fuck? Did I not copy it? Okay, let's do it like this. Search. Control X. 8.35%. So last year, only 8.35% of the money made in the gaming industry was off of hardware. So I'm assuming that counts people buying PS5s, Xboxes, graphics cards, motherboards, computer chips, computer cases. All of that only made up but 8.35% of gaming sales. The rest of it, or a good majority of it, like they said, was gaming. What was the exact words? Video game content. While access sales grew from 3 billion to 3.2 billion. What happens in the current environment is anybody's guess. Even if the tariffs were eventually walked back, the uncertainty left in their wake will almost certainly have a chilling effect on the industry. My initial, oh yeah, I've heard his name before, he's pretty reputable. My initial 2025 outlook for us video game industry, consumer spending, blah 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 blah, yappage. Unfortunately, the ESA said nothing about how exactly it proposes to address the problem. Perhaps because there's no addressing it. Along with launching that, annexing Greenland and denying the existence of trans people, initiating a trade war with the rest of the planet is one of his tentpole ideas, which is fucking crazy. In other words, if you are fortunate enough to have employment, to be making money, what I need you to do is I need you sit yourself down, look at your spending habits, and say, where can I cut so that I can put some money away from a rainy day? Now, if you weren't already putting away money for a rainy day, you need to fucking start. This nigga's finna start charging out the ass for everything. Well, everybody's about to start charging out the ass for everything, but it's gonna be because of this nigga. Now, speaking of out the ass for everything, I'm tired of every time I boot up my damn computer, here come Elgato Wave with a pop-up telling me to update my damn microphone. I can update my microphone, restart my computer, this bitch telling me I got another update to install. Damn, bro, you releasing an update every 5 minutes? Well, it seems like in this new update, Elgato Wave microphones are finally getting some big quality of life changes thanks to a new software update that is actually a fucking update in the software. No more daily updates, hopefully. Well, actually, what am I saying? They're still gonna do daily updates. They be doing daily updates to move shit over by 1 pixel. The gaming and streaming no, don't give a fuck about that. Starting a sentence off with a conjunction. If you can't keep up with new releases, Elgato is showing that some firmware updates to improve existing products can go a long way. By the way, forgot to mention. Which one was it? God damn it. I am not affiliated with Elgato. No way. Not saying in the future I won't, but as of this recording, as of this stream, I have never been affiliated officially or professionally with Elgato. Okay? I'm just putting that out there. Let's talk about this update. Elgato is showing that some firmware updates to improve existing products can go a long way. Elgato Wave mics are up there with the best microphones for streaming. I don't think you can name anything better. Cause they're designed for it, and they're the best designed ones I've seen for it. I'm gonna need to know what you think is better, and come in a few different shapes and price brackets. They have made more powerful by the Elgato Wavelength software. I'm not gonna lie, the Elgato Wavelength software kind of carries the shit. It's what makes it special, through which is getting a 2.0 update today. Think of this software as a virtual competitor to the best streaming mixers, because it essentially collates all of your audio sources into a mixing table and makes controlling them all individually a much easier task. Annoyingly, you do need either an Elgato Wave microphone or Elgato Stream Deck Plus in combination with another microphone in order to use it. This isn't like the software from them motherfuckers, which anybody can download and start using automatically. Yeah, I would imagine that will be kind of annoying if you don't have an Elgato microphone that their software is proprietary, but not gonna lie, this is one of those instances where I throw my hands in the air and I say reasonable crash out, because it's not really the worst thing in the world for it to be proprietary if it's designed specifically for their microphones, and their microphones are designed specifically for the software, and the shit is meant to go hand in hand. Also, it's kind of hard to optimize software that's designed around your specific product, in this instance, to work with other different products of different varying qualities and sets. Because like, if you're not into microphones, you'll probably be sitting there like, what the fuck, bro? It's a microphone. You go blah 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 blah, and it tells the machine you went blah 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 blah. What the fuck features can it possibly be missing or adding blah 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 blah? And to you, I would say, shut the fuck up. You're way out of your depth. You're supposed to be in the ankle high water, and you're over here in the section where you need floaties. Get the fuck back in the ankle water section. Anyway, coming into, oh lord, we got more AI features. Oh boy. Coming in today's update is a feature called Voice Focus, an AI tool I'm not using that. Designed in collaboration with AI Acoustics that uses machine learning to remove unwanted noise, room reverb, and echo. So that means it's just gonna start removing random frequencies at will whenever the fuck it feels like it. Yeah, there better be an option to turn this shit off. This is a bit more of a pro tool than the, oh god, don't tell me they're starting a fucking subscription service like everybody else. Pro tool than the options that have been in Elgato's Wavelength software until now. And it seems like a decent alternative to treating a room or a gaming studio with soundproofing. Not gonna lie, if you know how to use filters, you don't need to soundproof your room that much. My room's not soundproofed, and y'all still get pretty good audio from these streams, and I know the audio is pretty good because I'll be listening back to it sometimes when I'm tagging my own videos. So you don't need crazy audio quality or no shit like that. Some of y'all just need to sit the fuck down and look at a tutorial every once in a while. You don't have to be a fucking massive Dr. Dre level, Taylor Swift level engineer to know how to make your microphone sound good. Half of it is buying a decent microphone. The other half of it is knowing how to make the microphone sound decent with either proofing or settings. And soundproofing is way more expensive and complicated than a lot of you think. Because a lot of you motherfuckers think soundproofing is buying some foam panels and putting them on the wall. That's not how acoustic/sound treatment goes, man. First off, a lot of you niggas be doing content and shit like that in rooms with windows and thinking them foam pads on the wall are gonna do shit. That's not how sound works, buddy. Anyway, it seems like a decent alternative to treating a room. No, it's not. You can do all that, and all this shit I'm doing directly through OBS. Now, I did download some other VSTs and shit like that for more personal like nuances in it, but I didn't really need to download that shit at all. This is a bit more, no, I keep reading the same part. If I'm totally honest, this feature feels like a direct response to the nifty software perks of the new Shure microphone and its Motive Mix app, but that's just me theorizing. Only Elgato's homemade wave mics will have access to voice focus features though. I don't think any other microphone period has access to any Elgato features. So if you are using a different mic, oh wait, no, I have a wave microphone. So if you use a different make of microphone though, the Wavelength, thanks to a Steam Deck Plus, you aren't going to have the benefit. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. I thought they were saying you have to use a Steam Deck Plus. So they're saying if you're not using a Steam Deck Plus or a wavelength microphone. Got you. Oh, no. They're saying it has to directly be a wavelength microphone. So like a wavelength 1, 3, or the new model they got, or the condensed one. It has to be a wavelength specific microphone, or else it won't work. Not plugging in proprietary other people microphones through this shit. Nope, that don't work. It has to be a wave microphone. You aren't going to benefit. Elgato is also improving audio routing with one-click support for various Windows applications. Routing audio sources into different channels was always possible in Wavelength. Yeah, but it kind of sucks. But the new update streamlines this and makes things clearer. Maybe it doesn't suck. Showing small logos for each audio source, and it could already do that. And you can now rename channels to suit the content you're creating. Okay, that wasn't before. Effects are also getting some wins too, with integration into Elgato's marketplace. Already integrated, but maybe the integration is better. As well as clever sound check feature that lets you record a sample and play it on a loop, then add various sound. Ooh, that's actually very useful. Cause like one thing that's always frustrating about testing audio is instead of having this quality of life feature, you would basically have to sit there with your microphone plugged in, constantly going yo, testing to hear your audio, and you would have to fix your settings while hearing yourself at the exact same time, or at borderline the exact same time while you're talking, which doesn't sound hard until you have to do it. It's like trying to talk while you're hearing yourself talking at the same time while you're talking. This one, how long is this article? I'm not gonna lie, yeah, I'm gonna save this for my personal time, because I did want to talk about this on stream, but I kind of want to get to this. So in my timeline, I seen some links to some articles talking about a trailer for a game called Steel Hunter, and I don't know if I've seen this before because the image that I seen looks familiar, but not the gameplay reveal, but the lore reveal apparently came out today. And before we hop on multiverses for a little while, I wanted to basically watch it and see if this game looks like something I'm interested in, and if it's coming out now. Apparently there was a closed beta last year. Don't know if that's still open, but let's watch and see what this game's talking about.
Hunter, we were built for victory. We are.
Oh, this is the joint from the Game Awards. Okay. I remember this. Because I remember I saw the robot and I was like, oh yeah, I want to run around as a robot and bite niggas' ankles. Okay, bet. What's the lore looking like?
Take 3 deep breaths. It's a strong drug, and trust me, you don't want to feel this. 1, 2.
I took three deep breaths. What's supposed to happen? Let's read about this lore. I mean, not read, watch. Listen to this lore.
About the promise.
Oh Lord, I see budget cuts.
47-year-old male.
They got the Rock in the bed.
The all-American hero.
Oh shit, this nigga think he a captain? Not very.
He's wounded!
They drag. Oh shit. This how niggas had to drag Drake away from the TV after Kendrick won all them Grammys. That nigga said, every time that nigga won a Grammy, it was like he got shot, like bow, 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 and like his homeboys, after like the second or third Grammy, they had to drag him away from the TV just like that. No, Drake, no. Stop watching, Aubrey, stop watching. And then like while they took him away, they got him in like the back of a truck while everybody else is having a Grammy watch party. He over there in the corner like this, sneaking on his phone, tears in his eyes, watching. And the award goes to Not Like Us. Bow. And it got so bad that the security had to take out the big guns and drag him out to like a helicopter and fly him up high in the sky to where he had no internet connection to make sure he wouldn't be able to see his number one op win all the rest of them Grammys. Bow. Bow. And the winner is Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us, A minor. Bow, bow, ah! Even Beyonce in the crowd singing it. Oh, nigga was huffing and puffing and crying all day.
He saved a lot of people.
Irritating habit of his. Miller led the raid against our medical facility with his band of homeless rabble.
It's called Razor's Edge.
I'm not gonna lie. The most fun part of this trailer was the beginning part where like it was
You don't want to feel this.
like this. It looked cool for a second because I thought it would start off like this and that it would get fully animated. But I'm not gonna lie, the fact that we're looking at PNGs talk and we ain't got no captions, none of that, I don't give a fuck about the lore. When the gameplay come out for this game, we'll see. That being said, if you're watching a YouTube VOD and you want to chill vibe and watch me game, you're gonna have to come over to the Twitch because I'm gonna be playing copyright music in the background and you don't play that. That being said, I'm gonna restart the stream. Hop over to the Twitch, and even if you're watching this on replay,